Hello. Hi, I'm Jenny Townsend. I am here today to talk about picking a word for the year. And my word was listen. And the reason I picked that word is because I love to talk. I was talking all the time. I thought people actually cared what I had to say. And after selecting a word and kind of going through the motions of listening more, I realized that people don't give a flying fuck what I have to say. Yeah, that's reality. Anyway, so today I wanted to share with you why I picked a word, how I picked the word, how it's impacted my life professionally and personally. And maybe you will learn a thing or two, and maybe you want to pick a word as well. So, as I said, my word is listen. And I chose listen because I felt like I needed to start listening to people more. I caught myself always in conversations wanting to cut that person off or thinking about what I was going to say. And I know many of you are probably like, oh, yeah, that's me. That's me. And it can be damaging to relationships. And I have found that through picking the word and having that as my guide for the year, I have become a better listener, friend, partner, boss, and I've just grown personally as well. So it's really helped me in all facets of my life. So what I did was last year, back in December, I decided to rent a house on the beach for a few days just to focus on me. It's part of like my journey of like self-care, self-love, investing in myself and like growing as a person. And I spent those 3 days developing a plan for 2021. And through that weekend, I spent a lot of time reading books, doing a lot of meditation, and really thinking about really what was important for me. So I developed a 1-3-5, which is where I wanted to be at the end of the year, where I wanted to be in 3 years, and where I wanted to be in 5 years, knowing that many of those things will change. However, I knew I wanted something to work towards. I own a company and I started that company just over 6 years ago, and I developed a 1-3-5. And I really felt like that was the guide. It got me from point A to point B. On the good days and the bad days, and on the days I really wanted to give up, I was like, no, think of that 3-year and that 5-year goal that you wanted to get to. So seeing that light at the end of the tunnel. So I decided to approach my personal life that way by developing that 1-3-5. So I also did some research and found that a focus wheel would be really, really important to incorporate into my life. And then picking a word for the year. So when I was thinking about picking a word for the year, I really just like started thinking of like things I wanted to improve or how I could be a better person, how could I be a better friend? And I literally just started writing down all these words. And I kept going back to the listen. And then that's really what I put my focus to. So when I created my focus wheel was like how listening is going to improve my life, the relationships, and things like that. So all of this can be found on YouTube. I listen to a lot of podcasts as well. But I will say that if you take the time to carve out, maybe it's 5 minutes, whether it's 20 minutes, whatever that time frame is, definitely carve out some time for yourself to just think, like as we're like coming into a new year, where you want to go, what kind of person do you want to be, and picking that word. I really feel like the word listen has really helped like guide me. I always go back to that word. Like even if I'm having like a confrontation with somebody or they're talking about something that I really, really am excited about and I really want to like engage with them and interact with them, I'm always like, no, listen, 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 Linda. So anyways, I've actually found some benefits to obviously picking the word too. But so why I picked the word is I really wanted a word to guide me for the year. As far as next year for my 2022 word, it's going to be health. I felt like I've done a really great job of eating really healthy, working out this year, but I really want to take it to the next level. So everything that I'm going to be doing is going to be around that word health. So that would be going out to dinner, maybe selecting maybe a better meal that's a little bit healthier for me, or instead of having that dirty martini every night, maybe I'll mix some grapefruit juice or orange juice with it, or maybe I just won't have the martini. We'll see. So I'm really excited, and I picked the health word while I was traveling to Sedona 2 or 3 months ago with some girlfriends, just being outside and really being in that spiritual mindset. And the ladies I was traveling with, they eat super, super healthy. Like they're both gluten-free. They both are dairy-free. One of them eats lots of meat and gets a huge intake on protein and things like that. So I was just surrounded by all these different eating habits that were not really new to me, but they excited me and made me think that maybe I could be a little bit better as far as the intake and eating more natural foods, eating more organic, eating more fruits and vegetables too is like something. So anyway, so that's why I picked the word. It's just basically something that it's a daily reminder. Hey, you want to be better. Hey, this is a skill set. This is a way that you can enhance your life. How I went about it is I was listening to some podcasts, I was Googling some stuff on YouTube, I was talking to some coaches, and a lot of individuals actually pick a word for the year. So, and those individuals are making changes. They're bettering their careers, they're bettering themselves and the relationships within their life. So that was really, really motivating to me. Once again, I picked this word back in December of last year when I was kind of reviewing really what I wanted to do and who I wanted to become in the new year. So let's talk about the outcomes of it. Everybody's going to have a different experience depending on what their word is and where they are with their growth. And I'm going to talk about my professional first because I love my profession. I love what I do. Professionally, that word has really, really helped me be a better leader. I was very quick to cut my staff off. I was very quick to just maybe not listen to everything they had to say and their point of view. I pretty much had an idea of how I wanted things to go, my vision, how I was going to carry that out, how they were going to carry that out as well. So I became a better listener as far as decisions for the company. Secondly, I don't like excuses. I don't like to hear why you're not producing. I don't like to hear why you're not showing up or why you can't actually do what I want you to do, or why can't we push the limit with a program? Listening to their take on it, on why they don't think it's valuable or why they don't think they're capable of it or why they don't think it's the right move has really, really helped us as a team grow together and then grow those programs as well. Sometimes I just have this attitude, well, where there's a will, there's a way. Make it happen. I don't want any excuses. Just go for it. If you fail, you fail. We'll start all over again. Well, a lot of people don't really want to waste all that time failing when they already think they know the outcome or possibly do know the outcome. So I would say that I have given them an opportunity to really have a voice and kind of be more involved in those decisions that we're making. Secondly, people that work for us are personal. They are real humans. They're not robots. And they do have feelings and they do have things that happen in their life. So I have been really, really understanding and just listening more to their struggles and what they're going through. And if they have a personal matter or if they need counseling or they need the day off or whatever it is that they need, I have been listening to them. I'm not trying to solve their problems. I'm not trying to give them advice. I'm not trying to tell them what they need to be doing so this doesn't happen. Really just being there to listen to them and be an ear. And sometimes that's all they need. They don't need a solution. They don't need help. They just want someone to listen. So I have been doing that as well. And then as far as our clients, so listening to our clients obviously is huge. Obviously we're successful, so we have done a great job of listening to our clients. However, some of our clients want to bend the rules. They don't want to follow protocols. And with COVID and with a lot of other things, we've had to really listen to what their needs are and be a little flexible as far as instead of having them on the 1st, maybe build them on the 15th, because that's the way that they can afford to have their lessons for their children. So really listening to those clients' needs versus saying, no, that's not our policy. So it has really helped professionally, and especially with my leadership team as well. I think that I'm on a better level with them. I'm a little bit more respected, I think, in this year, having that opportunity to really listen. Not that I've been a dictator. I've always been let's lead together and really jumped on all the sales calls and really just been there along their side. However, I feel like this year it's a little bit differently. It's not all about the business, all about the financials. It's about the humans, the people that work for us, and really listening to their needs and what they expect and what they want from the company. So professionally, it's been very, very good for all of us that are involved with the company as well. And then as far as personally, going back to listening to my coworkers and not providing solutions or advice or a to-do list on how they could better themselves, just listening and being an ear. And, most of them just need that. And I've learned this with my girlfriends as well. and my sisters and my aunts and with my mom that I am who I am. I don't have all the answers. I don't need to act like I know all the answers, and I don't need to solve their problems. They will once they get to the point of them wanting to make the change. So just being there, listening to them, being an ear, being supportive, having empathy, understanding, and knowing that I'm here to support them and I love them and I will be there for them whenever they need to call or text is really, really what they need from me. For years, many of them listened to me. And now I need to do the same thing. So I've worked really, really hard this year just to listen. It has been hard because some of the individuals really have been saying the same thing for the past 1, 3, and 5 years. So it's exhausting. So there is a point of me where I am eliminating or I am cutting those relationships or those phone conversations down to where it's eliminating my time with them, because I'm not going to sit here and listen to the same story over and over again. I will listen to new solutions. I will listen to new habits. I will listen to things that are new in your life and how you're trying to change the course of action or your life and things like that. So definitely listening. I have become a better friend. And like I said in the very beginning of this video, they don't really give a fuck what I'm saying. They just really want someone to listen to them. So I have been keeping my mouth shut, which has been very, very hard for me because if any of you know me, I love to talk and I love to share my opinion. So anyways, and then as far as my husband, for years, I just babbled, and he would talk and I would listen. I would always be like scrolling on my phone. I would always be like thinking about work or thinking what I was going to be doing. Not that I didn't care what he had to say, but I was so just absorbed in my own life. I love my life. I love everything about it. I love the people in it. I love the work that I do. So I have found that I've really had to just shut the fuck up and start listening to him and having conversation, because that is part of having a relationship. Is you want to be able to talk to your spouse. You want to be able to have conversations about your spouse. You want to actually have a voice and bring something to the table and talk. So that has really, really helped with my relationship with my husband, as well as just being a better listener. Now he still says I'm still not that great of a listener, but I do feel that I am better than I was 10 months ago. And I do believe that I'm going to become a better listener because now I'm in tune to it. And I have this little voice in my head saying, listen, don't cut him off. Don't, he doesn't care. He wants you to listen, just like all of your coworkers and your friends and your family members. So I would say that it's really, really helping our relationship as well by just listening. And I'm really hoping in the new year, my word health will help the both of us as well make smarter decisions when we're, eating out or we're going out to have a drink or whatever we're doing, that it'll be more health focused. And I think that will help the both of us too. And I'm hoping that he will pick a word. So we'll see. I do know that the people that have picked some words that I'm in contact with, so going back to the professional side of things, we decided to pick words in January. My leadership team did. And some of them was confidence, believe, inspire. Some of them really want to grow as well. And commitment was one other word as well, not just talking about things we're going to do, actually do them, put them on the calendar and actually execute those as well. So their lives have been changed by picking a word as well. So I'm really curious to see when we get to the end of the year, what their process are, what their feedback is about it, and what words they're going to be picking in the future. So it's really, really simple. Honestly, like you can Google different words, but just start thinking about things that are important to you, why you want that word, how those words are going to change your life, the people in your life, and how it will be a guide. I think that's the most thing, is just like having that constant reminder of like, okay, listen, or make that healthy decision. It really, really has helped me transform this year. And I'm really, really excited to share this experience with you. And hopefully you'll be inclined to pick a word. And if so, definitely share your word with me. I would love to cheer you on. And you'll see where, like, I've been out shopping and things, and I literally will see my team members' words and I'll buy them a little gift that has that word on it. So I was just talking to one of my team members as well. He's moving to studio, and our studios used to be labeled A, B, C, D. So anyways, he's moving into F. So I started thinking, okay, it's a new studio, a new year. Maybe your word for the year could be F related. So whether that's financial freedom, whether that's focused, There's a bunch of different words that go with the letter F too. So maybe that inspiration just comes from a change that you're experiencing or a change that you want to happen. There's different ways to kind of incorporate that word. So, anyways, that's my word listen, or my segment about my word listen. And I'm going to be posting some different videos with different tips and kind of about the journey of like self care, self love, and growth, because I think it's really, really important. We are responsible for our own growth. Yes, we can have people invest. Yes, we can have people cheer us on. And yes, people can push us in the right direction. And also, there's those people that can hold us back, but ultimately, we are responsible for it. So, I would say between now and the end of the year, carve out 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. If you can get a full hour and just go to the beach or just like go to a park and just start writing out some like wants and needs and goals for the new year. Within those goals and words, your word for the year will come to you, and it's going to be super successful. It's going to serve you in many, many ways. I wish you a beautiful day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.